He didn't run away. He has the mind of a hunter. Here's Johnny. What's she doing? Oh, is she gonna shoot it with a little flick? Wait, she's peeling it? That's impressive. Just don't obliterate limbs and you're fine. Objects can be cleaned up and replaced. Humans, not so much. Oh! So here's the thing. People can't see left and right, but they would see a random guy screaming, right? Just casually flying through the sky. All they care about is how they're gonna pay for this shit. They're about to experience what an American family experiences for healthcare. Mr. Big Brother. If he calls him that for the entirety of the show, that would be so disrespectful. They're not just muscleheads. They both think things through. They may not be like the smartest characters of the season, but they're the farthest thing from dumb jocks, you know? The fact that they were ready for fucking demons to do whatever it can to protect its master, having no idea, in fact, our demons are basically like our big brother and big sister who scold us for acting like an idiot. Oh my god, what that mouth do for real? My god. Fucking Terminators. That's absolutely adorable. I mean, you're getting your ass kicked from a little bunny rabbit, but goddamn. That turtle doesn't even know where it is. It's just fucking... It got dropped randomly, has no idea how. I mean... Yeah, the dentist bill gonna be crazy on this one, huh? He didn't run away. He has the mind of a hunter. Here's Johnny. Oh my god, that's fucking cool. I really thought he ran away. That's fucking insane. What a wild episode. I'm telling you, they do not make anime like this anymore. What a goddamn episode. Some of the highlights, though, if you want to see the full live reaction to everything we're watching, including this wonderful episode, head on over to Patreon. But we got to break down Demons of the Shadow Realm, episode 4. This moment in particular is the standout. In hindsight, should have seen it coming. They're able to sense his demons left and right, so they said, oh, we sense them running away. They break the lights, no one's around. Makes sense. Should we chase after him? Probably not a smart idea. You don't really want to go chasing in the dark. Makes more sense to get some light first. And then the fact that he realizes in the moment just before this happens, thinking of the sister, he fights like a hunter. A hunter wouldn't run away. The whole thing about him not functioning like a normal master towards his servants, the concept of left and right when seeing him imprisoned in a fish's mouth full of razor blade teeth, they're not really concerned about saving him. They're just concerned about how they're going to throw hands. Doesn't make sense. Add in the concept of left and right abandoning him, leaving Master behind to essentially fend for himself, and the hunted becomes the hunter. Is fucking an amazing misdirect. This has to be one of the biggest dick plays I've seen in some time. Like, this is just such a wonderfully directed scene. And once again is highlighting how I really think people who, if they're going to view this show as black and white, good versus evil, are going to be severely disappointed. And I think in moments like these, when the characters aren't actually feeling that evil, but more so kind of comedic, and a little more simple and silly, are going to be like, oh, it's the tonal whiplash. But no, the Fullmetal Alchemist author has done something that not many can do, and that is keep their style and their humor relevant, but without it feeling like they're just trying to copy and paste Fullmetal Alchemist again. One of my issues with, what's his name, Hiro Mashima, the author of Fairy Tail, same character designs, same story beats every other series. And hey, some people like that, that's fine, I don't have an issue with that. But for me, if Isayama comes back and makes another manga, I don't want it to feel like Attack on Titan. You can have similarities to how you direct things and how you do certain characters, hell, even if sometimes things look the way they do. But it has to stand on its own two legs. And this is what I mean where they don't make anime like this anymore. This show has that comedic tonal whiplash without it feeling over the top. And a lot of modern anime, I don't think, know how to write the type of comedy that this author does. Because being in the middle of a, oh my god, our boss is about to get his throat slit, and then you just have left and right comedically slide in and have goofy ass faces and reactions, like that shouldn't work. It should feel a little too cheesy, but this author knows how to do it. And honestly, we are now a month deep into the show, and it feels exactly the same vibes to me as when I first watched Fullmetal Alchemist. I thought, this doesn't really feel like the other anime I've been watching up to this point. Yeah, anime has these silly, goofy moments, but there's just something about the way they direct it, and I feel the same fucking way about this show. There's so much complexities, and these characters just don't feel generically evil for the sake of being evil. The fact that we're also getting the sisters reunion this soon, unless they bait us out of this, from my understanding, Asa's gonna be coming here because of the, hey, send a text that I'm here, I want to have a talk. I thought for sure episode 6 we'd throw hands, they'd retreat, or we would retreat. Maybe episode 8, 9, 10, maybe by the end of the first core, that's when you get a proper conversation. We're already getting that. Listen, I firmly believe their side killed innocent people in a village who were ignorant and had no idea of what was going on. But I don't think Granny's side is completely noble and just. The sister and what they did, was the original sister caged up the same way that the fake sister was? Was the fake sister made simply just to keep him there? Because obviously if he would never abandon his sister, so by keeping her a caged animal, he would never want to leave the village. There's a lot of uncertainty. But I'm waiting for the shoe to drop where probably the sister or maybe him are going to drop information of the atrocities that Granny has caused on their side. And if that is the case, it's a little more understandable why maybe you came in guns a-blazing. Not saying there isn't some evil motivations behind some of these actions, but unless this is just the greatest acting of all time, I do not believe we are supposed to think good versus evil. I think we are supposed to think, holy shit, just like our own world, behind the scenes there's a lot of fucked up things happening in governments, but it doesn't make it as a whole evil. And that's what has me excited. This, without a doubt, it shares the DNA of Full Metal Alchemist while being its own thing. The humor is the most similar to FMA, but otherwise, it really is Demons of the Shadow Realm. And I'm trying to think of what other authors. Now, there's authors who will be like, okay, I'm doing a romance manga, now I'm doing an action. But I'm thinking about like big series that are within the same kind of ballpark. A romance author who makes another romance. Because Demons of the Shadow Realm is another kind of battle shonen adventure, right? This is really impressive. And I don't even know what author I would be convinced could do it this well, other than her, if I'm being 100% real. I also find it hilarious that most people can't see left and right because they're demons. So if anyone would have looked up in the sky in this moment, they would have just seen a screaming kid, right? They would have just seen some fucking guys hollering, looking like he can't control his super flight, right? Like, they wouldn't have seen this. They would have been like, Mom, why is that guy screaming? Has he got a jetpack? And it's just fun, man. Like, I like the simple moments, too, when he comes over. Just the concept that, like, even these floors, they're like, oh my god, we only have these types of floors on special occasions. The bro doesn't even need a cot. He's happy to sleep as it is. And then you have the animals and stuff. You got fucking Crypto the dog, and you got this fat fucking old-looking cat who apparently can use a touch screen because he's been around for so many generations. There's so many little elements that are just so anime coded without it feeling obnoxiously weird. Sometimes anime tries to be a little too weird and it just kind of is like, okay, I'm not really taking anything seriously. No, the humor's where it should be, but in the serious moments, it doesn't let humor override it. I think the most you could argue is that when the massacre to the village happened, there was characters laughing like maniacs, but that just made them seem psycho, not that like, tee-hee, you know, our main characters are looking at their dead relatives and making jokes. No, the characters who are cracking jokes there just seem psychotic. And those are characters that I generally wonder, how fucking mentally deranged do you have to be able to laugh at the death you're causing? That seems irredeemable to me, but who knows? Maybe they've been convinced that they're nothing but monsters and that's why they were okay doing it. I don't know. Either way, this show's fucking deep as hell. I don't think they make anime like this anymore. Listen, I watch more seasonal anime than most. Maybe like the past 5 years, I've averaged 20 shows a season I've watched, close to it. This show fucking hits like Full Metal Alchemist for me. Do I think it's going to be as good as FMA? Doubt it, just because nostalgia always will play a huge factor, but maybe. And that's insane. Your thoughts down below, though. Make sure you drop a like, share your support, subscribe, ring that bell, and of course the Patreon. Full live reactions to all the shows we cover over there and other exclusives like, hey, love to give those video shouts to my patrons because of why I get to do these YouTube videos at all. Alright, so today we got Convoy 83, Hayden, Cody Namir, Emma K-Pop, and we also have Jose Rafflecaster, so I appreciate the support. Please take care and y'all have a good one.